Where do you think the direction of hip-hop is headed? Do you love where it's at? Do you like where it's going?
I don't like where it's at.
Really?
Because I feel like it's not enough creativity. A lot of people sound the same, bro. A lot of people sound the same. And they talking about a lot of copycat, and a lot of them is saying the same thing over and over and over instead of mixing it up and saying, you know, I'm not trying to act like I'm hella positive, but I am. Because I always talk about the things that sound like it ain't positive. I'm a storyteller. Yeah. It's really positive because I talk about the repercussions and consequences that can happen if you do this. If you slide, you spinning, you're doing whatever. So I'm all over the place like space. I'm everywhere like air, you feel me? I'm ahead of my time, you know what I'm saying? I've been doing this since Kermit the Frog was a pollywog. You know, sometimes shit be going over their head like a shower nozzle, like I say, you dig? People swear it's a box of Apple Jacks, and sometimes they're hella late like holiday freight, you know what I'm saying? So, and I've been doing this for many moons ever since dinosaur urine. One of the things about me, man, I got the most top 200 Billboard album entries in the history of hip hop, besides NBA Youngboy, which he just surpassed me last year. I haven't had an album out in 3 years. NBA Youngboy is my folks. I love him. He dope as hell, and he deserved. I'm not in competition with anyone. I just want to let y'all know I got 33 top 200 Billboard album entries. It's hard to get on the Billboard top 200. For those who don't know,
the rise of Earl Stevens, better known around the world as E-40, is a powerful example of beating the odds and turning hard times into long-term success. Coming from the rough streets of Vallejo, California, he avoided the deadly paths that trapped so many people around him. Instead of becoming another forgotten name, he built himself into a successful businessman, respected rapper, and lasting cultural figure. His journey was driven by smart decisions, relentless hustle, and an incredible ability to adapt and survive through both street challenges and larger system-wide obstacles.
10, 15 people at the most. So Big goes on. He's performing. All of a sudden they start throwing coins at him. I'm like, yo, what the that about? We head out, get to the back, the limousine is there, but the driver's gone. All of a sudden, you start hearing the trunks of cars opening. Just hearing boom, 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 boom. Turn around, I'm like, oh, shit, it's a gang of dudes with guns. Now, the limo door was open, so I was able to put Big in there. They come up and they just very irate.
Before the millions, the businesses, and the fame, Stevens was just a young man growing up in South Vallejo's hillside neighborhood. During the late 1980s and early 1990s, Vallejo was deeply divided by an intense rivalry between Hillside and North Vallejo, better known as Crestside. Those neighborhood lines were taken seriously, and crossing into the wrong area could bring serious danger.
He finished his show, we backstage at this point, and this nigga finna get in the limo. And that's when I approached the nigga. I'm like, say, nigga. Yeah, I say, nigga, what's up with this shit, nigga? You talking this shit in this magazine. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I really don't want to tell the story because the nigga already gone. Rest in peace of Biggie Smalls.
We getting ready to get him. I said, you know what? Get that man on the phone. I think that man and Big need to talk. If they wanted to go down after that, then so be it. But I think they need to have a conversation because they haven't had a conversation to this point.
Raised by a single mother with 3 younger siblings, Stevens leaned on a loyal circle that included D-Shot, B-Legit, and Sugar T. Together, they formed The Click and launched Sick With It Records, turning a neighborhood bond into a respected independent music movement that reached far beyond Vallejo. At the same time, Crestside had its own impressive lineup of respected artists, including PSD, Reek Daddy, Doobie, and the legendary Mac Dre, creating another major force in the city's growing rap scene. Many of the people connected to this scene were reportedly linked to the Romper Room Gang, a group that became widely known because of serious bank robbery and armored truck robbery investigations.
You never lose your street mentality. If fools want to, you know what I'm saying, step on your soil, you know what I'm saying? If a fool come at you on tape or something, it depends on who it is. I'm gonna come back on them. If they're a small fry, I ain't trying to get at them. But if they got a name for themselves and they call themselves embarrassing me, I'm gonna get back at them.
They talked for maybe 5 minutes. He answered the phone back out. I was like, yeah, so what is it, man? He was like, you know what, you was right. Get the phone back to the little dude. I get the phone back. He was pissed. So I guess your boy was just like, listen here, man, let him go. And give old boy the phone back.
When authorities launched a major crackdown, prosecutors even tried to use rap lyrics as part of their court cases. Instead of easing tensions, the pressure from law enforcement only made fear and distrust grow even stronger. The rivalry quickly moved beyond fights, with bold daytime shootings, cars being riddled with bullets, and threatening messages carved into vehicles.
So he gives me the phone. He said, listen, I'm gonna have 2 of my boys escort y'all back to the hotel. and they're gonna stay there until y'all catch the plane in the morning, because I don't know what any other knucklehead's gonna do to you, trying to, be on some dick riding shit or just, just trying to get in good graces or whatever, but I'm gonna hold you down till you leave my city. And he did that. He made sure we got out of there safely. And for both reasons, for the way that he got us there, because he booked the show himself to make sure he knew where we were gonna be.
Even concert promoters faced serious risks because playing certain songs could spark violence, and the conflict sometimes spread beyond those directly involved, affecting families and local communities. In the middle of all this, E-40 stood with his hillside roots, but refused to let neighborhood loyalty control every decision he made.
You know what I mean? I waited a long time for Quavo's verse, and it wasn't because he was holding back. He was on tour with Drake forever. Like, they was on tour for like 4 or 5 months.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I waited patiently. You know what I mean? That's what real dudes do. You don't just go flying off the handle and just saying some stupid stuff to the dude that he finna do you a favor. You know what I'm saying?
Is anybody ever like, I don't really like...
While some associates, including Lil Bruce, released songs aimed at Crestside, Stevens stayed away from making direct diss records. That careful approach turned out to be a smart move, as many others from that era later faced long prison sentences or lost their lives far too soon. The tension between E-40 and Mac Dre wasn't driven by personal hate. It mostly came from where they were from and the neighborhood divisions surrounding them. As two of the biggest names representing Hillside and Crestside, many people viewed them as symbols of a much larger rivalry. Because of that, rumors spread fast, and fans often assumed the conflict between the neighborhoods also existed between the artists. Even so, the two never traded diss tracks or got into public arguments. Most of the tension lived in street talk and the connections of the people around them.
And it's a combination of things. For one, when I was growing up, man, I could rap slow and fast. And when I was growing up, I was listening to people like Too Short. I was listening to a brother out of Richmond by the name of Calvin T. I was listening to UTFO. You could tell my flavor if you listen to the old UTFO shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, excuse me, please. You know what I'm saying? That kind of, that kind of flavor. Then I would listen to people like, who else? It was UTFO, Too Short, Magic Mike, Calvin T, KRS-One.
In 1992, Mac Dre was sentenced to 5 years in prison after turning down a plea deal that would have required him to testify against others in a robbery conspiracy case. After his release in the late 1990s and early 2000s, the longtime rivalry between the two sides slowly began to cool. E-40 and Mac Dre eventually put the past behind them and even started planning to work together. Sadly, those plans were cut short when Mac Dre was killed in a drive-by shooting in Kansas City in 2004. E-40 has consistently said that any past tension came from the environment they grew up in, not from real personal hatred, and the memories of that era still stay with him today. One of the biggest moments that showed both E-40's influence and his ability to think ahead involved Christopher Wallace, better known as Biggie Smalls. In the mid-1990s, before Tupac Shakur's death, Biggie gave an interview to a Canadian magazine where he rated E-40's music a 0 out of 10.
Rating me, and from a scale from 1 to 10, you know what that man gave me? A 0, bro. A 0, and I'm a platinum artist at the time. A 0. You feel me?
So you needed to have a conversation?
Well, people knew I was hot, right? So, and my youngins, my little young hyenas, they so sneaky. I didn't even know that they was, I didn't even know on everything. I didn't even know dude had a concert in Sacramento. Called me like 11 at night.
Forty, what you want me to do with this nigga? I got this nigga Biggie, and what you want us to do with him?
The comments quickly made their way back to Northern California, creating serious tension. Later, when Biggie traveled to Sacramento for a concert, people loyal to E-40 reportedly found out where he was staying. According to accounts that have circulated over the years, they were ready to retaliate and waited for E-40 to decide what would happen next. If he had made a different choice, the situation could have turned into an even bigger tragedy and possibly changed hip-hop history. Instead of letting emotions take over, E-40 chose to handle it through a direct conversation. He called Biggie to ask about the interview, and Biggie reportedly explained that he had been heavily drinking when the comments were made. He apologized for the disrespect and said he actually respected E-40's talent. E-40 accepted the apology and told his people to back off. He later explained to his cousin, Lil Bruce, that targeting a major artist would only bring more danger and more problems for everyone involved. That decision helped prevent an already tense situation from becoming even worse. Even with major respect in the streets, E-40 faced a different kind of fight in the music business. During the 1990s, rap radio across the country leaned heavily toward the sounds coming from New York and Los Angeles. E-40's Bay Area style, packed with unique slang, creative wordplay, and a signature bounce, was often viewed by national radio programmers as being too regional for regular airplay.
We gotta talk about the slang, what you do, man. You're the undisputed king of slang and hip-hop.
I would say that, 75% of the slang that's out there I'm responsible for in the hip-hop community.
Okay, so pop your collar. Were you the first to pop your collar?
1993 Practice Looking Hard video. I'm popping my collar, you smell me?
I hear a lot of people say, what's up, Playboy? I think you were the first to say that on wax.
The word Playboy, of course, has been here for many moons.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? But calling somebody Playboy, that was Easy, hands down.
Many stations gave more attention to artists like Jay-Z and Biggie Smalls, making it harder for Bay Area rappers to break through nationally. E-40 spoke openly about that struggle in his record, Why They Don't FK With Us, arguing that Bay Area artists were often copied, overlooked, and denied major recognition, even while attracting huge crowds and building strong fan support.
First rapper to ever say for Sheezy on wax.
What's a Wigadell?
Oh, wife.
Okay, what's a Brigadell?
A Brigadell is a breezy.
Just a regular girl.
Pretty much. I made a lot of Gouda. You know what Gouda is?
What's Gouda?
Gouda is Japer, it's capital, it's bread, it's money, it's cheese.
Do you just make this stuff up off the top of your head, dude?
Hell yeah.
Instead of waiting for major record labels or big companies to give him a chance, E-40 built his own path from the ground up. He invested in making and distributing his own music, selling cassette tapes from car trunks, at concerts, and on neighborhood street corners. His mindset was simple. If people were buying the music, then it was working, no matter what the charts or industry insiders thought. Through Sick-Witted Records, he created an independent system that moved music city by city, reaching fans without relying on the traditional music business. That non-stop hustle helped him build a massive catalog filled with dozens of albums and hundreds of songs, while also helping shape the Bay Area's independent blueprint. That same independent mindset carried over into business outside of music. E-40 often lived by the saying, "Practice makes papers," believing that steady work creates real success. Inspired by his longtime interest in spirits, his nickname came from drinking 40-ounce bottles of Old English malt liquor when he was younger. He used the relationships he built in the industry to enter the wine and spirits business. He launched the Earl Stevens Selection, growing it into a successful wine and spirits brand with products sold in major retail stores and markets beyond the United States, including his signature Tycoon Cognac. By keeping full ownership of the business, he created another major source of income that reached both longtime fans and everyday consumers. E-40's love for cooking also turned into another successful business. After his in-laws gave him a pressure cooker, he started posting videos of his meals online using the hashtag #GoonWithTheSpoon, and people quickly connected with the fun, everyday content. He built a loyal audience before selling a single product. When the brand officially launched in 2020, it expanded into packaged sausages, burritos, ice cream, and even a cookbook created with Snoop Dogg. Before long, those products found their way onto the shelves of major retailers like Safeway and Walmart. At the same time, E-40 also invested in more than 50 startup companies, creating multiple streams of income and helping protect his wealth for the future. Even after building a business empire and enjoying the success that comes with it, E-40 hasn't been completely spared from public criticism or online drama. Over the years, much of the tension that once played out in neighborhoods has shifted to viral videos and social media, where younger people sometimes challenge or provoke well-known veterans for attention. One example happened during a Golden State Warriors and Sacramento Kings NBA playoff game at Golden One Center in Sacramento. Sitting courtside as a longtime supporter of Northern California sports, E-40 became the focus of repeated heckling from another spectator during the fourth quarter. In a public statement, he explained that after putting up with the behavior for a while, he finally turned around and spoke to the person in a calm but firm way to address the situation. Things took an unexpected turn when arena security stepped in. According to E-40's account, Security quickly treated him as the person responsible for the situation and escorted him out of the arena, while the spectator who had been heckling him stayed in their seat. E-40 later said the experience reminded him of racial profiling, explaining that he felt he was judged unfairly during the encounter because of how the situation was handled. The incident quickly sparked a wave of public reaction, with several well-known figures speaking up in his support. Golden State Warriors star Klay Thompson publicly praised E-40's character, describing him as respectful and consistently polite at games. Sports analyst Jalen Rose also reviewed other video angles and said he believed security mishandled the situation and showed disrespect towards someone he viewed as carrying himself with integrity. Bay Area artist Mista Fab shared similar support, saying E-40 had never been known as a disruptive fan. Meanwhile, the Sacramento Kings organization said the removal was related to E-40 standing for an extended period. But the decision still drew criticism from people who questioned why a warning reportedly wasn't given first. Despite moments like that, E-40 has never let public controversy define his legacy. Instead of getting pulled into endless arguments, he has continued expanding his businesses, releasing music, and supporting new generations of artists. Decades after first stepping into the rap game, he remains one of the few pioneers who successfully turned independent hustle into lasting wealth, proving that ownership can be just as powerful as fame.
Them the four, and if you want to say E-40, that's four right there, that's them. And then I put my character in because I always have been like a part-time comedian. I always have been funny. You know what I'm saying? So I put my character in with it, with a bunch of slang words and game-related that I gathered up off the streets. And I combined it all into one, and it came up with a formula. You know what I'm saying? And it should work.
His influence reaches far beyond hit records. Many independent artists point to E-40's business model as proof that success doesn't always require a major label. From building Sick-Witted Records to creating successful food and beverage brands and investing in dozens of companies, he showed that artists can control their own future instead of depending on the industry. That mindset helped reshape how many rappers think about ownership, branding, and long-term financial growth. Today, E-40 is recognized not only as a Bay Area legend, but also as one of hip-hop's smartest entrepreneurs. His story isn't simply about surviving a difficult environment, it's about making calculated decisions, adapting to every challenge, and building opportunities that lasted for decades. While trends have come and gone, his name continues to carry weight because he kept evolving without losing sight of the independent mindset that started it all. That wasn't E-40's only major dispute outside the music world. He was also involved in a legal fight with author Erica Kane and her publisher over the title of his 1993 song, Captain Save a Ho. E-40 argued that Kane's 1994 book, Captain Save a Soul, copied the well-known phrase and claimed it created confusion with his protected brand. He asked for the book to be removed from stores and sought control over the use of the title. The court initially recognized E-40's trademark rights, but Kane responded with a countersuit, arguing that her book targeted a different audience and that the legal dispute had hurt her financially after retailers, including Amazon, removed her work from sale. In the end, E-40 came out on top, successfully defending his trademark without being ordered to pay damages. Now 58 years old, Earl E-40 Stevens remains one of the rare success stories in hip-hop. He rose from a city filled with challenges, overcame industry roadblocks, built multiple successful businesses, and created lasting wealth through ownership and smart decisions. His music, including classics like Choices, Tell Me When to Go, and Sprinkle Me, helped shape hip-hop culture while introducing slang and styles that are still heard today. His impact goes far beyond music, and his hometown of South Vallejo even honored him by naming a mile-long stretch of road after him, a lasting tribute to a man who transformed relentless hustle into an incredible legacy. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who loves hip-hop history. And before you go, drop a comment below and let us know. What's your favorite E-40 song or business move? And which part of his journey surprised you the most?
I didn't do a 10-100.
Right.
I didn't have to do no gangster sit down. I didn't do the gangster sit down.
All right.
You know what the 10-100 is, right? I'm almost certain that's what it's called, the 10-100. Yeah, that's a number 2. I didn't have to do that.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, Cube, you do a lot of movies. Do y'all call it the 10-100?
We do not call it the 10-100.
Google it.
It's AV talk. Google it.
Okay.
No.
Yeah,
I'm going to 10-1. That's what it's called.
That's what it's called?
10-1.
All right, I was close.
You know, I started off with some legendary people. You know what I mean?
Not just 3
Eazy-E,
legends, four. 3 other legends.
Yeah. I mean, I'm talking about myself and the 3 other guys. It's just great for not just the West Coast, but hip hop in general. You know what I'm saying? We all got over 30 years in the game. We all friends. We all been touring together forever, knowing each other forever.
Right.
But never had a, falling out other than, talking about the Raiders and the 49ers and shit and Steelers and, you know what I'm saying? But
did you feel like you weren't going to have Pac for long? You know, there's just some people, like I've had some people in my life, man, like a partner of mine, where I knew that the times that we were having were special.
I couldn't determine the future, but I tell you what he did tell me one time. We was on my last time seeing him was 1996. We was on my trailer shooting the video to Rapper's Ball. Mm-hmm. But he would say, man, one of my handles, they calling me now is Fonzarelli. And he was like, yeah, well, hey, Fo, that's a good one, man. I'm Machiavelli.